Welcome back to Booster Therapy, your cure for that pack Kraken addiction. We've got a box of Theros Beyond Death, and the first for the channel, and of course the Athreos, and you get a foil land, and these actually look so good. But the Athreos is what the buy box is all about, and hopefully some real good goodies in here. And if you're looking to support us, it's super easy. Just become a subscriber, hit the thumbs up. There's also a few links in the description. One is to become a patron of the channel. Another one is, if I can get this open, is for TCG Player. If you're already shopping there, please just click our affiliate link. It helps us to grow, helps us to get a little extra money to continue to do what we're trying to do. Let's see what we can get in this box. And it looks like this is similar to Throne Drain. I think it's Japanese print run. So I feel like that first wave, that initial wave, is that print run. And I don't know if that indicates that this is maybe even like a prize support box, but everything's in that reverse order. So we'll get to see the lands first, and then we'll get to see the rare right away. So our first one is Erebos' Intervention. Nice little instant removal spell. Ooh, Caliphie, beloved of the sea. Try to watch our legendaries. They usually keep legendaries on the side just in case, you know, I feel like making a weird uncommon legendary commander deck. Off the camera. Goat, Mountain, and a Soul Guide Lantern, and Artis, Oracle of Half-Truths. What a name for an extra rare. So obviously we're hoping to hit a bunch of gods. That's what everybody wants. You want all the gods. There's that other part of me that wonders, did they do similar to how they had in the last Theros block? Did they do something with like a god pack type thing? Maybe a god box where all the lands are foil? I wonder if they did anything like that. Chainweb Arachneer. That looks pretty cool. And the Dream Trawler. This card is crazy good. Really annoying. Great for those control decks. Ooh, Eutropia. The twice favorite. This is another fun one for drafts, especially since Bant is already pretty strong. Bant, I meant to say Simic, but Bant too. You can do your Dream Trawler and your Eutropia if you do Bant. Man, I really do. I don't know why they don't always just stick to this print run. These cards feel so much better. Plains. And the Wave Break Hippocamp. It's a horsefish. Look at that horsefish. I'm not even sure if I know exactly where the value is. I know some of the cards I want, like the extra land per turn guy, as many as we can get. The guy who's not wearing much for clothes. Want a ton of those. It's just really, really good. Plains. And Ephemia, the Cacophony. So am I saying that right? Oops, Siona. And Illyrios. Look at all the legendaries we're getting. How many legendaries are in this set? I didn't even look. Seems like there is a lot. Try to speed it up. Get through this box a little bit faster. I think I'm just amazed by all the good cards. The swamps.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy
alternate
meatball.
Art. Elspeth Sun's Nemesis. I love that they're going back to some level of, like, lottery hits, I guess we'll call it. This looks so cool. Similar with Throne, where we had the full art Oko or the Planeswalkers. I like that. you can hit some of those in this too. And the constellation art for the gods is pretty sweet too. Enigmatic Incarnation. There we go. It's the weird birthing pod mechanic. Goat, Swamp, Funeral Rites, and the Storm Herald. Is our next one? Mystic Repeal. There's a good one in a draft. A 1-mana instant removal from green. Oh boy. Gold. Got an Island. And Ashiok's Irisher. That's a pretty good one too. Pardon the slowness. I'm reading some of the cards. I definitely looked at the set, but I still feel like I'm seeing things that I didn't see before. It is pretty early in the morning right now. I just wrapped up our first pre-release, which went pretty well for me. Altar of the Pantheon foil, and Allure of the Unknown with that awesome Seb McKinnon artwork. This card just feels like it's a lot of fun. It's a very unique way to get draw out of Rakdos. It feels right. You get 5 and your opponents get 1 that they play for free. Hopefully your pre-release went pretty well. Swamp. And the Tectonic Giant. Maybe you had a Tectonic Giant and you just beat people in. Ooh, got NX. It's our Achilles guy. But I actually did end up going Bant at first. And after the first match, I won, but I felt like green was getting in the way. So I peeled back Plains, the Nadir Kraken. I peeled back and got green out of the way and just ended up going Azorius, and it helps when you have Thassa and the, I can't remember the name right now, but the Kyora Mythic Saga. That was real good. Oh, another Mythic. Pulukranos Unchained. So we got our second Mythic. Still haven't seen our foil rare yet. I would love to get one of those alternate art planeswalkers in foil, or one of the constellation. That'd be fun too. Planes. Ooh, we did get, here's a foil constellation. Timuret, Chosen from Death. That's not even a rare. That looks amazing. Our Demigod. And Haktos, the Unscarred. I guess maybe this is more of our Achilles, right? So is that, what is Annex then? Who is another Demigod from Ares? This Haktos is definitely the Achilles. Like, it's even very specific that you've got the 1 mana cost. That's going to be his Achilles heel. Plains. The Stinging Lionfish. The foils are great. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. And the Idyllic Tutor. There we go. This thing was like $30 before the reprint, right? Something like that. It was really high. And now it's coming on down, and we have more ways to tutor up those enchantments. Whoa, look at that. What happened to that pack? Got a human, a forest, and the Labyrinth of Scophos, our Maze of Ith in Standard. And then we've got Gary. We'll put those off on the side too. Gary's just a good one. All right, let's see what we can get next. I wonder how much play that's going to get, the Labyrinth of Scophos. Let's see if we can get another Mythic. I feel like we're a little light on Mythics. Maybe halfway through the box. I would love to see one more. Look at that spider token. Yikes. Swamp. And Storm's Wrath. This is very fitting. It is Red's Wrath of God, I guess. What else can we get? So we got Elspeth. We definitely want the Titans. Another Thassa. I could use a lot of Thassas for decks. Forest. The first Iroan Games. I remember when I first saw this art, I didn't think it was real. Interesting little saga. It is nice to have the sagas back. I don't know how everybody else feels about that, but I have always been a fan of the sagas. Dominaria introduced it. I thought they're the greatest idea ever for a new card type. They work real well. There it is, the Dryad of the Elysian Grove. This guy, an additional land and your land's tapped for everything. Yes, please. That is a Commander awesome card. Just getting more lands out there. Pegasus. Plains. And we got another foil Constellation Demigod. Annex Harden in the Forge. Who is Annex supposed to be? If we already have... Ooh, we got the Ox. Ox of Agonis. That big mythic ox with some awesome artwork. I'm just trying to think, like... Ares? Yeah. It's Ares is the god. Who was a demigod that kind of ran an army? I'm probably just forgetting an easy name here. Mountain. And our foil rare is Elspeth Conquers Death. Man, I love how those sagas look. Like getting that little bit of story in the art. That looks awesome. So we got a foil rare and an Eat to Extinction. It's a real good removal spell. Exiling. Feels really good. Mountain. The Citizen Skirmisher. And Temple of Enlightenment. That was the one weird thing with my card pool last night. Or I guess, yeah, last night. I was going to say tonight still. Was I had 4 temples. So that's why I initially wanted to go a few different colors, just because I had that mana fixing, but yeah, it was confusing. Nightmare token, that looks sweet. Forest. And the Pious Wayfarer. And Shatter the Sky, the other Wrath of God for the set. With a weird draw card downside, I guess. I mean, it could be an upside for you, downside for the masses. I don't know. You could draw off it too, I suppose, but somebody did use it against me, inevitably. Look, there's that Kraken. And, you know, I drew, they didn't. Island. Perforos's Intervention. Oh, the Mischievous Chimera. This is gonna kill me. I know that there is a demigod that fits well with... What is it? Who is the son of Ares that ran wars that was not Achilles? Elemental. Mountain.
Mamma mia,
Euro,
that's a spicy
Titan of Nature's
meatball.
Wrath. I think as of right now, this is the most expensive card in the set. But we all know pricing right now is pretty volatile early on. Like, it just shifts. Look at that. There's more Seb McKinnon artwork. It shifts so much that it's hard to really track and be confident in the prices. I mean, my gut tells me if you've got a euro, sell them fast if you're into playing that whole where the market goes, because I think it'll come down a bit. Nyx Lotus, this is going to be a staple in so many Commander decks. Man, you know, ramp that is colorless, that can do what Nykthos Shrine to Nyx does. Feels pretty sweet. I guess the only downside is it comes into play tapped, but if it didn't, man, would that be way too good, probably. Temple of Malice. Getting more of the allied temples. Another Eutropia. Did Eutropia get the constellation treatment, or that's only demigods? Probably only the gods and demigods. A tentacle. That's so weird. Swamp. And the Akroan War. Stealing creatures and stuff. Ooh, Renata called to the hunt. Look at that with the constellation artwork. Renata's pretty good. It's got that Grumgully feel to it. Getting 1/1 counters on your creatures. It's definitely another persisting combo person. I do love how the design team has really pushed out a lot more uncommon legendary creatures. I think it makes for a lot more fun. Another foil rare, we got a Temple of Plenty, our third in the Allied Scryland cycle. And the Nightmare Shepherd. I love this guy. At least in limited, that card's silly good. Friend Josh, who you've probably seen us open some product for, he actually last night had a Rakdos deck that had a Nightmare Shepherd in it. Oh, it's the Reflection. Plains. Ooh, a beautiful foil swamp. Look at how good those look. All right, now I've got almost the whole one of each foiled out. Ooh, Thassa's Oracle. This is actually a pretty sweet card. And Jesper, I'm going to say his last name wrong. Icing? I mean, I think he's Dutch, so I think it's Icing. He has a Kickstarter right now for playmats, and they just extended this so it's not confined in the borders and it fits a playmat. So that art is going to be one of the choices for his Kickstarter. Check it out. It's actually a pretty fair deal. He's got a lot of really cool artwork. A lot of his is very creature focused, which I feel like a lot of the Kickstarters haven't been as much like creature feature, and his is, so it is pretty cool. A wolf, another swamp, and the Citizen Champion, another really good Enchantments Matter decks. Will love this guy. Ooh, Field of Ruin. Put that aside. That's right. They reprinted Field of Ruin. That's a great card. Dealing with those glacial chasms and other terrible mazes of Ith Island. A Leonin of the Lost Pride foil. And Heliod's Intervention. Destroy X artifacts and or enchantments. That seems pretty cool. Daxos, Blessed by the Sun. Another one of our demigods. Did we get one of each demigod? We got a foil red black. We got the green one in Constellation. Yeah, and we started off, I think, with the blue one. I think we got one of each. A Forest. And Thassa's Intervention. Getting all the interventions now. Those are all pretty good too. Nice little utility cards. Give you a couple options on what you want to do with it so they make themselves less obsolete. Can we get another mythic before we wrap this up? Another strong mythic. I feel like we got most of the really good rares. Forest. And yes, Erebos, Bleak-Hearted. We got a god. I was worried we were going to be godless. I got the Thassa I had in my sealed kit was the Constellation one too, which looked pretty sweet. And then in one of the prize packs I won, I actually obviously cracked all of those and got Clothis, so I got that god as well. Satyr, Mountain, and Eidolon of Obstruction. Oh, another little rude hate bear. Hey, another Timuret. Love the Constellation look. Oh, there it is. The last pack in the box. Our first box for Theros. We'll have a few more to open. Mando, I hope they continue the run on Japanese printed cards. These feel so good. Forest. And the Nessian Boar. You all know I love this card. This is another great staple for my Grothama deck. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. That was a pretty good box. A lot of fun stuff. I think I'm maybe most excited about the foil swamp. Man, Wizards, I hope you did a God box. And if a God box for Theros is a foil one of these in every pack, I'm proud of you. This is Booster Therapy. You all have a wonderful rest of your week.